What are you doing, Zero?
Loading this car.
Okay.
There's one ant.
You don't want the one with the ants?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Chi? What are you up to today?
Well, I'm picking up these rocks and then I'm gonna move them right on that pallet so that when we're gonna use it, we can kind of know the shapes, we can see it clearly.
The shapes?
Yeah, the shapes, like the rocks, if you want to make something out of it.
Okay.
So, yeah. But other than that, the whole thing I'm gonna do today. The whole thing I'm gonna do today is.
They say you tie something around.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tie it like this, Dad.
No, I don't want to tie my sweater like this. It's a lot easier for me to squat. Yeah. So yeah.
I want to take my shirt off.
Just to give you the big picture, I'm gonna turn this into a bed.
Shirt off, Dad.
Huh?
Take my shirt off.
So what you gonna do with these?
All right. So these rocks, I gotta get them out of the ground, from this ground. So this, we kind of open this more, open up this side more, and then I'm gonna get a rake out all these grass here, because there's dry grass underneath it, right? That just grew. These just grew out of it. I should have done this a long time ago, but see that? It just pulled right out. It's so easy. Because these grass, see these roots, their roots are not really, it don't really go that deep, yeah? Which is good. So what I'm gonna do is gonna pretty much just open this whole thing up, dig a little bit, maybe like an inch deep, maybe half an inch, as deep as half an inch is okay. And then grab me one of them, the strip of the land cover, and then just cover this up. And then right behind you, there's like dry grass that I'm gonna be putting here. Basically, start building the compost.
Okay.
Over here so we can grow tomatoes and all other foods.
Future tomato patch
So that's
coming
what we're
right
gonna do
here.
over there.
Yes, so exciting things are happening around here for us. We are finally, I feel like, in a place where we're a little bit more fully committed to really building up the land. I feel like it has been hard at times in the past just because it was just newer to us, what we were doing, what we were trying to accomplish, what were our goals for here. And now that we're a little bit more solid on what we want from this land, I feel like it's just becoming a little bit easier to shift our attention exclusively, or a little bit more exclusively, to gardening. I'm watching, well, the other day I should say, we were going by this person's house and they really just worked with their land as it was. And we have a land that's just so mostly cleared, and I feel like we were just so green in it, we just didn't know what to freaking do. And what we've learned really is to learn how to be okay with trying different things and then like maybe that not working. Because I know a lot of the things we built in the earlier part, we were just so excited and just like we just didn't know what to do. I mean, we knew what to do, but we just didn't really know how to do it. It's one thing, let me tell you, it is one thing to just watch these YouTube videos and then to do it. It does not always fully translate, especially when you're dealing with this part of Hawaii that we live in, where it rains a lot. There's not as much sun at certain times. And when we first moved here, it was rainy season and it was not as sunny. So there's just all these little factors that you have to consider and deal with when it comes to wherever you're moving. That it's not just going to be like, I watched it on YouTube and now I'm just going to do it. Right?
Rhythm on.
So I feel like the biggest lesson that we've gotten from, I think we've been here probably 2.5 years and we haven't there's been many things that we tried and we had to just redo it. And so maybe from an outside perspective, it may not look like we've accomplished much because some of the trees needed to be planted deeper. The original greenhouse we had, I learned a lot, right, from just being in there trying to grow some tomatoes and some cucumbers and stuff like that. So there was a lot of lessons learned along the way, and I feel like we're finally in a place to really apply those lessons, to really be dedicated more to the concept of growing our own food and connecting once again with our land. Like, yeah, you can be here a lot and still not connect with it, right? But we're just trying to go deeper, you know, deepening the roots. And also beyond that, beyond our land, just deepening our roots with our relationship. Because when you've been with someone for 7 years, sometimes you can get into so many different cycles of things. And we've just learned always to kind of hit that reset and refresh button. And we've done many different things to, I don't want to say reignite the spark, because I don't feel like the spark that people talk about and necessarily like ever leaves. I feel like it just evolves and feels different and looks different. And just like this land, we've tried different things. We tried to grow this kind of tree, that kind of tree. We tried to build this kind of building, that kind of building. And I feel like that's really essentially the point of all of it in life, really, whether it's the land or a relationship, to always try to find and to build something new always. It doesn't matter if you quote unquote, if it quote unquote fails, or if it was a mistake, or you have any regrets. I feel like there was a quote I heard that if you have no regrets in life, then you probably did not live at all. So you have to go out there and try new things, whether it's on your land or in your relationship, in summary, right? What you doing, baby?
I'm trying to push this rock.
The rock?
With this.
Well, you're supposed to put the rock on here and then you wheel it away like that. That is gonna have to show you how it works. But you having fun with the wheel though?
Yes.
Yeah. It's about having fun, right? Nice. So strong. Why do you feel like we had a tough time figuring out what to do and what to grow and what to build when we first got here?
Well, because it's not that we weren't sure what we want to do. We know what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the data hasn't really been uploaded yet, and we forced a lot of things to happen, even though we're not fully in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about lacking knowledge; it's lacking wisdom to apply what's being learned.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's different.
It is different. What are you looking forward to growing the most?
Me?
Yeah.
I would like to grow blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Raspberries, mulberries, grapes,
Yeah, we do have
strawberries.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it. Pretty much just berries.
Okay. I am looking forward to growing everything they say I cannot grow, and I don't know why, but we live in zone 11 and I just want to try. You know, I feel like why not? Because I feel like you'll learn a lot. Just us passing this, Gina was just driving down the road and then we came across this person and they're just straight up planting tomatoes. They're just planting it, no greenhouse, none of the extra frills and stuff that we see maybe on YouTube or is recommended by people at Home Depot. And they were just thriving, and he just said, all you got to do is just learn which one to plant. And he said the cherry tomatoes do the best here. And so it was just like this moment of just seeing what they were growing and just really listening and looking at what they were doing, that we just realized that a lot of things are more possible than we think that they are. And all we got to do sometimes is really just tap into that. And so yeah, Chino's saying a lot of stuff that they claim that we necessarily can't grow here, but I know that we're gonna try to grow it anyway, because we love fruits and we spend a lot of money on fruit, and I don't see why we shouldn't things that we eat the most, at least. And there's definitely some things we want to plant that we're gonna plant in excess, just so we can give back and or sell to the community, because that's just one of the best things to do, you know, just to build that community, because we're already here and we're planning on being here for a while. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, follow, share, do all the little socially things if you want to. And yeah, I'm gonna end on that awkward note. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, y'all.